Okay, hello and welcome to the finale for the main game of Pokemon Fire Red. Yo, champion from Ekans. At the Pokemon League, you'll face the Elite Four all in a row. If you lose, you have to start all over again. This is it. Go for it. So, in between episodes, I did all of my training. Everyone is now at the level cap. I stocked up on healing items, I got some new TMs, and I also went and got those second leftovers. Now, I also added 2 more Pokemon to the team. First up, we have Atlas the Machamp, holding the leftovers with Revenge, Foresight, Vital Throw, and Cross Sharp. I do have some TMs to teach it later if and when need be. And now we have our second new Pokemon, Pandora the Muck, who also has the leftovers, with Sludge, Acid Armor, Minimize, and Sludge Bomb. Talia the Sandslash is on the team and has the Quick Claw, up with Earthquake, Slash, Swift, and Sludge Bomb. Brute Root the Venusaur has the Miracle Seed, along with Razor Leaf, Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, and Psychic. Helios the Charizard has the Charcoal, with Flamethrower, Metal Claw, Wing Attack, and Slash. And finally, Kuzenbo the Blastoise has the Mystic Water, with Surf, Bite, Rain Dance, and Water Gun. So now it's time to head on in. From here on in, you face the Elite Four one by one. If you win, a door opens to the next trainer. Good luck! Okay, so, 5 battles between us and the end credits. Welcome to the Pokemon League. I am Lorelei of the Elite Four. No one can best me when it comes to icy Pokemon. Freezing moves are powerful. Your Pokemon will be at my mercy when they're frozen solid. Are you ready? Okay, so, first up is Lorelei, who honestly might be my favourite member of Kanto's Elite Four. Oh, and they are an Ice-type trainer. However, Gen 1 has so few Ice types, they might as well just be. Like, Gen 1 has so few Ice types, they might as well just be a Water-type trainer. Now then, I'm gonna go for Vital Throw, and does it one-shot? Yes, it does! That's huge. That's it. Okay, realistically, I should have probably expected that, because Machamp has an insanely high physical attack stat. However, I do know that Slowbro is a Psychic, well, it's part Psychic type. So what's it going to go for? Amnesia. That's a slight inconvenience. However, I can't Sleep Powder this thing because of a safeguard, and that's an inconvenience for me. That's a double inconvenience for me. To be totally honest, I wanted to try Razor Leaf to see if I could get a crit, but I'm no longer going to risk that. I'm just going to go out to Pandora and just spam Sludge. I'm going to use regular Sludge once to kind of gauge how much damage it does, and then kind of use that to figure out roughly how much Sludge Bomb would do. Mostly because Sludge Bomb is just the direct upgrade. Okay, I think 2 Sludges and a Sludge Bomb might be enough to take out this thing. And if it... Okay, it might be a tiny bit short on that, but who knows, maybe I get lucky and get a Poison. Or I just get a crit, anything could happen. Sludge comes through, Surf lands again, hits for probably like another 50. We do take another one, especially because of the leftovers. And now I can quickly switch to using Sludge Bomb, and I think from this range it kills. Does it? Yes, it does. Okay, so 3 Pokemon left. She will now go to Cloyster, Jinx, or Lapras. So her full team is Dugong, Slowbro, Cloyster, Jinx, Lapras. The thing is, with the Elite Four here, I remember what Pokemon they have, but I don't remember all of their movesets. I do remember a couple of quirks about some of them, but I don't remember all of them. For example, I know that all of Lance's Pokemon carry Hyper Beam. I know that that's kind of his gimmick. Okay, Cloyster goes for Protect, and honestly, maybe I should have gone to Helios here. Realistically though, I think I probably one-shot this Cloyster if I land a hit. Because Cloyster is not exactly a Pokemon that's good on its special defense. It's pretty much all physical defense in that regard. And Razor Leaf does indeed take it out in one. So what will she go to next? Lapras or Jinx? It is Lapras. So I am now going to switch out because I don't want to take an Ice Beam, and I know that this Lapras will have Ice Beam. And I think we're 2 or 3 turns into Hail. So let's quickly switch out, go to Atlas, and I'm going to go for Cross Sharp. Basically, my line of thinking here is if I can't one-shot this Lapras with Cross Sharp, then I probably can't one-shot this Lapras. Because quite simply, this is the most powerful Pokemon I have, with the most powerful move that I have, and it's Stab. So if this doesn't one-shot, I can't one-shot it. And interesting that it goes for Surf and not the Ice Beam there, but that's fine. We land the Cross Sharp, and does it one-shot? Yes, it does. Machamp just came out and gave Lapras the old DX special. Okay, so her final Pokemon is Jinx, which I think doesn't actually learn Ice Beam, and I don't think it'll have Blizzard at this level. So, I'm going to switch out and go to Charizard. Gonna switch out, go to Charizard, and Metal Claw. I'm gonna Metal Claw over using Flamethrower, because I know that this thing has next to no physical defense. Like, I think it's like base 35 or base 40 physical defense. It's really low. However, Attract is going to be a pain. Hopefully we just break through. We break through, Metal Claw lands. It's only base 50, but I don't think that'll make much difference here. Wow, that Jinx actually took the hit. I'm honestly surprised. Okay, now I just need to break through again. Come on, Helios. Break through. That... Okay, that's actually fine. I mean, it's not ideal that my Pokemon is now asleep, but I can switch out pretty safely now. And I can just go to Kuzenbo and finish it off with Bite, I suppose. And hopefully it doesn't go for another... Okay, it didn't go for Lovely Kiss again. It didn't read the situation and predict the switch. Fantastic. Now I'll just go for Surf. It missed Lovely Kiss that time. And Surf blasts it away, I think. Hopefully. Not quite. Okay. Now I guess we just go for Bite. And she healed. Okay. Yeah, we're going to be here a little while longer than I would like, but I guess we're just going to have Blastoise bite our way to victory here. Although, that's not what I wanted to see. Wait, I probably shouldn't go to Pandora here. Never mind. I was going to say, maybe I go to Pandora here because Pandora is female and wouldn't be immune to getting hit with Attract, but it's also on about half health. You know, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it, and I probably shouldn't. Okay, misses the Lovely Kiss, and now we go back up to actual half health. Actually, no, we were already on about half. No, wait, 94 was half. What am I on about? I've lost my ability to do basic maths. Anyway, Sludge lands, and that finishes it off. There we go. Lorelei is defeated. It took a little bit of doing, but we got it done. Things shouldn't be this way. You're better than I thought. Go on ahead. You only got a taste of the Pokemon League's power. So, full disclosure, I genuinely thought that fight was going to go a lot better than it did. That was a pretty bad end result. A lot of things that could have gone wrong there did go wrong. But the fact that, you know, we managed to adapt, we managed to work on the fly to deal with it, I think we're still in a pretty good position here. And also, this next one is basically a freebie. Like, I do not need to worry about this next fight at all unless absolutely everything, and I mean everything, goes wrong. So, let's quickly switch this. Basically, what I want to do now is just give the leftovers to Brute Root, and he will be holding on to those for probably the rest of the run here. So, let's give that the leftovers, put it out front, and now head on in to fight trainer number 2. I'm Bruno of the Elite Four. Through rigorous training, people and Pokemon can become stronger without limit. I've lived and trained with my fighting Pokemon, and that will never change. We'll grind you down with our superior power. Okay, so this is Bruno. He is our second opponent here, and he is my least favourite member of the Elite Four. And, to be honest, I refuse to be intimidated by him, because he's a man who brought 2 Onyxes. Again, Elite Four, 2 Onyxes. Elite Four, 2 Onyxes. Like, I know that I'm going on about it, but 2 Onyxes. That's a joke. And now we just land Sleep Powder. Now, while I'm, destroying his entire existence, allow me to fix this man's team for you. So if he still has to have 5 Pokemon, you can either fully commit and give him the fighting type team. You keep Hitmonchan, you keep Hitmonlee, keep Hitmonchan, keep Hitmonlee, keep Machamp. Then replace the 2 Onixes with Primeape and Poliwrath, or if you need to still have him have a rock type, take out one of the Onixes, give him Primeape or Poliwrath, either or, preferably Primeape because they're like all the pure fighting types, and then replace the other Onix with a Golem, because Golem is just better in like every conceivable way. It looks cooler, in my opinion. It's stronger, it hits harder, it takes hits better, it's still got those quad weaknesses, and also it's just a better Pokemon in general. Okay, Mega Kick lands. Hitmonlee, I think, is the only thing here that could potentially be a problem. And, well, we're getting through this without too much hassle, so now I'm going to hit him with a Psychic, and that should probably do that. That should probably end this fight off, 10 out of 10. So yeah, I genuinely think I think his team could easily be improved. And honestly, if I'm being totally honest, I think he's the worst Elite Four member. Not in Kanto, just kind of period, worst Elite Four member. And there's some pretty mediocre Elite Four members. One thing that I've always kind of wondered is, when you come back in Gen 2, why is Koga here? Like, how did Koga become a member of the Elite Four? Like, logically, like, the way I've always seen it is, surely the way that it would go is you have the champion, then you have the Elite Four, then the gym leaders would be, like, directly below that. Obviously, Giovanni isn't around. Like, we can remove him from the equation. Did Blaine just not bother? Did they not ask Blaine? I guess he did have his own stuff going on with everything happening at Cinnabar Island and everything. But come on, really? Like, Koga, of all people? Like, that's a little bit of a weird one to me. Anyway, I mean, to be fair, maybe it's because they introduced Janine and needed someone else to take over the gym for him. Which, I don't remember if... I don't think Janine makes an appearance in original Red, Blue, Yellow. Well, Red, Green, Blue, Yellow, to be more accurate. Anyway, we are getting through this fight without any real hassle, and honestly, kind of a power move to, in what is probably your second or third last turn, to go, yeah, I'm gonna go for Scary Face. Like, I can't even be mad, I'm kind of impressed, to be honest. Anyway, I'm gonna go for Razor Leaf this turn, and then finish him off with a Psychic next turn. Okay, so we pop the Citrus here, so he heals a bit, now I heal a bit, with the Leech Seed, we finish him off with Psychic, and then, I'll have taken a grand total of 2 damage in this entire battle. Because that is how this fight goes. Oh, no way, he does outspeed because of the Scary Face. I disregard what I just said. Also, I just dropped a thing. Anyway, I can pick that up when I'm done. Anyway. So that is Machamp defeated, Bruno defeated, and yeah, why? How could I lose? Again, 2 Onixes. My job's done. Go face your next challenge. And with that, he is defeated, probably a bit upset, maybe a little bit ashamed. I mean, I would be ashamed too if I was an Elite Four member who had 2 Onixes on my team. But with that, I am now going to leave, and we can head on in to battle number 3. I'm Agatha of the Elite Four. I hear Oak's taken a lot of interest in you, child. That old Duff was once tough and handsome, but that was decades ago. He's a shadow of his former self. Now he just wants to fiddle with his Pokedex. He's wrong. Pokemon are for battling. I'll show you how a real trainer battles. Okay, so, opponent number 3. Agatha, the Ghost-type trainer. And to be totally honest, because Gen 1 has no Ghost types other than Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar, yeah, she is a Poison-type trainer. Like, they are a Poison-type trainer because there just isn't Ghosts, really, in Gen 1. Although realistically, Gen 2 doesn't fix the problem. Gen 2 doesn't fix the problem because you have an entire Ghost-type gym, and no one in it has the one new Ghost-type added in that gen. That's always been a little bit weird to me. Like, I'm sure that there's probably ROM hacks that fix that, but it's always been a little bit weird, and that's always stood out to me. Also, I put this Gengar to sleep immediately because I know that this one loves using Double Team. And basically, I want to just minimize the chances of being annoyed by that. Also, when I was a kid, I never cared for Agatha. I thought she was just a kind of boring old lady. However, as time has gone on, I have started to really appreciate Agatha a lot more. And that is a very minor inconvenience for me, but hey, we'll live, we'll live. Also, I went for Razor Leaf there just to get a little bit of chip damage. But yeah. Now, here's the thing. When I was a kid, as I just mentioned, I never cared much for Agatha. I thought she was just some boring old lady. Yeah, then, as I've grown older, I've kind of realized that I really appreciate her because she is Professor Oak's #1 hitter, and honestly, I'm here for it. Because, personally, I'm a big fan of your rival in Gen 1. I think he's great. And I feel like Professor Oak is kind of terrible to him. Like, I don't know, he seems generally kind of vaguely neglectful of him. Because it's like, he remembers you. He remembers you. He remembers the fact that you and his grandson were rivals since you were babies. But he can't remember his grandson's name. Then he's like, hey, my grandson, come by the lab, help me with a thing. And then it's like, hey, how long do I have to wait here? Because evidently Professor Oak forgot that he asked him to come. And then, like, you come back later, and, well, not you come back later, right then and there, you're given your starter Pokemon. And then it's almost like your rival is given his starter out of kind of pity, of just like, oh yeah, sure, like, yeah, sure, my own grandson, you can have a starter Pokemon, I hadn't really planned on it, but okay. I don't know, that's always been the way that kind of came across to me. Like, that's always just been, it's always kind of just irritated me about Professor Oak. I know that I'm almost certainly reading way too much into it. But yeah, that's always just kind of irritated me about it. Also, I should switch out because I'm about to get hit with Dream Eater, and that would be pretty bad. I am going to go out to Helios. However, obviously, Agatha definitely doesn't... Like, Agatha, honestly, so... Now, this is me being on my, like, weird, this is a reach idea. I think that because, okay, Agatha doesn't like Professor Oak for various reasons, and we know that they were rivals. Like, we know that they were rivals at some point in their history. I think it's also feasible that they were a couple at some point in their history. And we never know anything else about your rival's family. I think it's entirely possible that Agatha could be your rival's grandmother, and it's just never mentioned. Like, I think that's entirely feasible. However, at the same time, Agatha also looks kind of similar to Bertha in Gen 4, so I think they could be sisters or cousins or something. And then there's also Karen in Gen 2. I need to actually, like, look at a side-by-side. Just to reconfirm to myself this. But I feel like those two could also feasibly be related. Like, maybe Karen is, like, her granddaughter or like, a niece or something. I think that could be an interesting thing as well. Although, if all of those were accurate, that would make Karen Green's cousin, which would be interesting to say the least. But yeah, I think that that's entirely possible and gives an interesting connection between them. And have we won this fight? Okay, we won. Nice. Oh my, you're something special, child. You win. I see what the old duff sees in you now. I have nothing else to say. Run along now, child. Okay, so I'm going to be totally honest. I rambled that entire time and didn't explain any of my thought processes. But hey, we won, so, well, I can't really complain. However, this is where we start to actually see kind of cracks start to show. Because I was confident about Lorelei. I was very confident about Bruno. I was a little shaky, I was a little worried about Agatha. This is where we start seeing panic kick in. Because I don't know if I can win these fights. So, off we go, into the final two. Ah, I've heard about you. I lead the Elite Four. You can call me Lance the Dragon Trainer. You know that dragons are mythical Pokemon. No, they're not. They're hard to catch and raise, but their powers are superior. They're virtually indestructible. There's no being clever with them. Well, are you ready to lose? Your league challenge ends with me. Buddy, you are so lucky Fairy type doesn't exist yet. Okay, so, Lance is the final member of the Elite Four, and he has 5 Pokemon. He has Gyarados, Aerodactyl, Dragonite, and 2 Dragonairs. And I think this is good kind of long-term storytelling. Because, if you've played Gen 2, you know that Lance once again appears in Generation 2. Only in Gen 2, he is the champion of the Johto region. And he has a new Pokemon on his team. Specifically, he has Charizard. I choose to believe that they gave him Charizard and not Kingdra, mostly just because if they gave him Kingdra, that would kind of be stepping over Claire. Claire is also introduced in Gen 2. She is the Blackthorn City gym leader, and is also Lance's cousin. So, realistically, maybe it would have made a lot more sense if he had a Kingdra. Anyway, he has a Charizard on his team in that game. And, in addition to that, he has Gyarados, Aerodactyl, and 3 Dragonites. I think that is good kind of, not long-term storytelling, but it advances the world. Like, it advances the world of Pokemon and tells you that, like, yeah, time has passed between Gen 1 and 2. Specifically, 3 years. Don't ask me how like, his Pokemon go down levels over 3 years, but hey, here we are. Because when you find him in Gen 2, he has 3 Dragonites, along with the Gyarados and the Aerodactyl and the new Charizard. He has the 3 Dragonites because the two Dragonairs that he has here have evolved. That's good kind of storytelling through just the Pokemon he has. Also, yeah, I'm doing everything in my power to keep Brootroot as healthy as possible, because this is where things become dangerous. However, this Gyarados has been effectively nullified, and that is great for me, because I was kind of worried about it. I'm just going to Psychic here and secure the kill, because I think it'll do more damage. And that's... Okay, he saw he was dying this turn and went for Hyper Beam. That is simultaneously very smart and absolutely dastardly. I hate that. I hate that for me. That sucks. I kind of really needed Brootroot to be on full health. Or at least close to it, I think. Because a lot of his other Pokemon here have Wing Attack, and that could be dangerous for me. Okay, so I know that a Wing Attack is coming here, so I'm going to switch out to Kuzenbo and go for Surf. I know that I just tanked this. Okay, that did very little damage. Also, fun fact, all of Lance's Pokemon carry Hyper Beam. That's the gimmick. Every single one of his Pokemon has Hyper Beam. And we don't quite one-shot. I should have set up the rain. I saw that. I should have assumed he would go for the full restore and set up the rain. And because that way I know I would one-shot. Okay, I guess I just surf again. Kuzenbo is going to be out of this fight now, because it is on very low health. And now I'm actually in danger, perhaps. because now Kuzenbo is on super low health. And I think he will see that with his Dragonair and will click Hyper Beam. And as a result, that is pretty bad for me. However, I think Brute Root is my best decision here. So I switch out, I just have to tank the Hyper Beam. Oh, he goes directly for Outrage. That's even better. Okay, so I now go for Sleep Powder, put that to sleep, Leech Seed it, and I start just getting my health back. I just need to get my health back. Because quite simply, this is ultimately, if I lose Venusaur, I think I lose. Just outright. Because before I oh, that's bad. That's really bad, actually. I forgot about Shed Skin. Okay, it's time to switch out. Time to switch out. Pandora time. Pandora time in the event that it goes for that. Thunder Wave, no. I should have predicted that. Okay, you know what, I can tank this. Pandora has good special defense. We can tank this. That at 47, Sludge Bomb will hit really hard. And doesn't quite one-shot, but, you know, puts it very low. And it is locked in. It's locked in on Outrage now, so that's good for me. Okay, I say that's good for me. Good as in very large quotation marks here. Okay, so Dragonair is down, and now he'll probably go to the other Dragonair. Okay, he does indeed go to the other Dragonair. To be totally honest, I kind of want to switch to Talia for this, but I don't know how well my Sandslash can take one. Like, I don't know how well Sandslash can take an Outrage. And realistically, I don't really want to have to worry about that. Although the Safeguard now going up, now means that when the Dragonite comes out, I'm in even more danger, because I can't safely set up. Oh no. I should have done anything else this turn. Okay, we may be doing something. Because I can get a switch in now. I can switch out to Brute Root and Psychic next turn, because he has to recharge now. Oh, and I know I'm going to outspeed. Pandora outsped the first turn, I think. No, wait, it didn't. I'm going to risk it anyway. Okay, so we Psychic, and we take out the Dragonair. So the Dragonair is down. Completely unnecessary crit. That was not needed. And now, in comes Dragonite. It's probably going to go for Wing Attack. I feel like a Wing Attack is more than likely coming here. So, I switch out to Pandora. I switch out to my Muck. And, okay, it does go for Wing Attack. And we live on 3. The Safeguard goes away. And now he probably sees the kill and goes for Hyper Beam. I think if he sees kill, he goes for Hyper Beam. No, it's a Wing Attack. That's awful. Okay, we live. We live. We live. Okay. We're still in a bad situation, but we can win. We land the Sleep Powder. The Dragonite is asleep. Now all I need to do is land the Leech Seed and switch out. That's all I have to do from here. Then I think Helios can handle it. And if Helios can't handle it, then I lose. Straight up. I think this Dragonite would finish off the entire team here. However, if I can stay alive just a couple of turns, like, okay, I am genuinely a little worried here, because I don't want to give up any of my Pokemon if I can avoid it. Okay. Talia is on full health. Talia is on full health. But I shouldn't, because I don't think we take an Outrage. But what if we do, though? I'm gonna switch out and hopefully it stays asleep for a couple more turns. Okay, so the Leech Seed does more damage, And hopefully I can get a big hit with Slash. Come on, big hit, big hit, big hit. That was not a big hit. But it is now down below half. That is now down below half health. And that's good for me. Now, we go for another Slash. Do I see a crit? No, we do not. Does it outrage? It does outrage. I think this is end of the road for Sandslash. Sandslash lived! My Sandslash lived. I am baffled by this turn of events. And it has now locked itself in. It's now locked itself in on outrage. So I, who has better special defense here, 102, 111, we switch to Charizard. We switch to Charizard, and I think we live, and we take out this Dragonite. It goes for outrage. I need it to be locked in for one more turn. And that hit for 82. So now we heal back up with that, and now we Flamethrower. We Flamethrower, and that kills. And if it doesn't kill, it dies to Leech Seed. I think. I'm fairly confident it dies to the Leech Seed now. No! That is the worst possible case. That is the absolute worst thing that could have possibly happened at that moment. I don't know what to do now. I kind of needed that Charizard. But hey, we beat Lance. That's it. I hate to admit it, but you are a Pokemon master. I still can't believe my dragons lost to you. You are now the Pokemon League champion. Or you would have been, but you have one more challenge left. There is one more trainer to face. He beat the Elite Four before you. He is the real Pokemon League champion. Man, that was almost perfect. We almost pulled it back. We almost pulled it back deathless. And now I have to go into the final fight without my Charizard. And I needed that Charizard. Straight up, I do not know if we can win without Charizard. But we're gonna have to do it. Man. Okay. You know, I can't give up. I'm not giving up. So, time to bust out this. So, I had some additional TMs here. I learned that my TM for Shadow Ball was Extreme Speed. Unfortunately, I can't teach it to anything, because as much as, because Muck doesn't learn Extreme Speed, sorry, it doesn't learn Shadow Ball in this game. Which kinda sucks for me, by the way. Okay, so, now, I'm gonna teach Sludge Bomb over Foresight, and hopefully this will be enough to get me through. Actually, maybe I should teach Earthquake as well. Maybe I give it the... Do I? Wait, maybe I do that. Maybe I give it the Quick Claw? Because, quite simply, I think I just get wiped out by the Alakazam. My rival has an Alakazam, and I think it just wipes my team out. Okay, so, off we go into this final battle. And I'm gonna lead with Sandslash, because quite simply, I don't really have much else for it. I don't think Sandslash has any other major purpose in this fight. Hey, I was looking forward to seeing you. My rival should be strong and keep me sharp. While working on my Pokedex, I looked all over for Pokemon. Not only that, I assembled teams that would be any Pokemon type, and now, I'm the Pokemon League champion. Do you know what that means? I'll tell you. I'm the most powerful trainer in the world. Okay, so, now we fight our rival one final time. And he leads with his Pidgeot, as he always does. Okay, so, his entire team is higher level than all of my team. So, I am going to go for Sludge Bomb, turn 1. Hopefully we just tank that. Okay, that hit for about 40. That's not too bad, but it's not great. I'm gonna go for an... Okay. Okay, he goes for Sand Attack. Hopefully I land another one. We land for second Sludge Bomb. That's pretty good. Now we go for Swift, because we know that that can't kill. Feather Dance. That is an annoyance, but one that we can work with. I'm going to go for Sludge Bomb again. I'm going to go for Sludge Bomb. It's going to do next to no damage, but I think maybe if I give a poison, we kill. Or if we just crit, that also works. Okay, so his next Pokemon to come in is Executor. This will go for Giga Drain. So I can switch out to Pandora. I can switch out to Pandora here. And just click Sludge Bomb, and I think I'm good to go. Or I could try to set up in his face. I could try to set up in his face, but that's very, very dangerous for me to do, so I'm not going to do it. Basically, he has both... Actually, what if I do, though? No, I'm not going to risk it. Okay, Egg Bomb hits for... too much, because that was a crit. Okay, basically, I was kind of toying with the idea of trying to set up in his face, because I don't think this Executor would be able to kill me otherwise. But I think maybe he can, so I probably shouldn't. Okay, I made the right call here, because I can now Acid Armor to set up my defense a bit higher, so now I can take an Egg Bomb a bit better. It'll only hit for like 25. And if I can get a, whatchamacallit, a minimize, so if I minimize, he lands with Sleep Powder, because of course he does. Okay, if I can wake up here, we should still be in business. However, quite simply, if Pandora goes out here, I might actually just lose to the Executor. But if I can wake up in time, Egg Bomb misses because it's an incredibly unreliable attack. And also, it doesn't have all that much PP, I think. So who knows, if he keeps missing and I keep healing, we may actually be in business. How much does that hit for now? That hit for about 38. No, that was 28 that time. So now I can set up Minimize. So now I'm less likely to get hit. And if I can max out my chances of not getting hit, I can both A... Okay, he misses the Sleep Powder again. Fantastic. Pretty much, I'm now setting myself up in the most powerful way I possibly can. And I know it's going to all be for nothing because I'm going to take out... Because even if best case scenario happens, and I take out this Executor, either Rhydon is the worst option, or Alakazam comes in. If I can take out the Alakazam, I think I can win. Because the Alakazam is the final Pokemon that I am terrified of here. Okay, Egg Bomb hits for not that much, we minimize again, and because we haven't used Minimize or Acid Armor at all up to this point, we can just set up, and I know exactly what I'm at. So I'm at +4. So, okay, that turn he actually landed the Sleep Powder again, but that's fine. Eventually, he runs out of Egg Bombs, and his only attacking option will be Giga Drain, which won't do much. And once I get to a certain point, I'll just start out-healing him, basically. And then, if that comes to a certain point, I'll just be able to set up fully in his face. And because I'm on +6 of both, I might be able to just kind of do whatever. And honestly, if I don't get hit by the Alakazam, it's fine. Because if he sends in Alakazam after this, misses Psychic, and I can take it out, then that's my win. I think if I do that, I just win. Brute Root can take out the Gyarados, and then Kuzenbo can take on the Charizard and the Rhydon. I do think I win this. This is still very much up in the air, but I do think I can win this. I was very worried when Charizard got taken out, because Charizard was my plan to deal with this Executor. But right now, I think this is winnable. It's not the best situation, but it's definitely winnable. I also had a TM for Sky Uppercut that replaced my TM for Flamethrower, and yeah, I probably should have taught that to Muck before I did this, because now if he does go out to the Rhydon, yeah, I'll be able to, mitigate the potential damage it can do, maybe, but I also won't be able to hit it, so... Well, okay, I'll be able to hit it, I just won't be able to do much damage to it. However, also, yeah, I know that I have basically brought this battle to a screeching halt, but this is absolutely necessary. I straight up think I lose if I don't do it this way right now. And I don't know how many times he's used all of his other moves so far. Also, I've never actually paid all that much attention to Executor's sprite in this game. What's the head furthest to the right, which would actually be its left? Like, what's its left head doing? It looks rather mischievous. Anyway, whatever. Hopefully, okay, it sets up light screen. That's actually not good. That's bad. That's bad for me if it comes down to it. But on the plus side, hopefully we can survive with Pandora long enough. Also, if the plan hasn't made itself clear by now, Pandora is fully set up. It's on +6 physical defense and +6 evasiveness. The plan now is either Pandora sweeps or dies trying. Pretty much, this muck is going to go from 0 to potentially hero. And okay, he goes Alakazam. This is the moment of truth. It misses Psychic. It misses Psychic. I land Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb hits hard, because Alakazam is made of paper. It barely survives. But he now heals. He heals. We go for just regular Sludge. Maybe I should have gone for the Sludge Bomb, because that way I could have potentially, that could have been a low roll last time. Okay, the light screen goes away. We get hit by the Psychic. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Okay, Pandora gets wiped out by that. Okay, so that's Muck gone. I think I have to risk it all. I'm gonna risk my Sandslash. Sandslash has been here so long, I'm risking it on an Earthquake. It goes for Future Sight! He's throwing. That was a slight bit of a throw on his part. Okay, I think I might be okay. What comes next? Gyarados? Yeah, Gyarados. It's just gonna go for Hydro Pump. Gyarados absolutely goes for Hydro Pump here. So now I can read that, go out to Brute Root, and now I need to not miss. I need to not miss for 2 turns in a row. Brute Root, I need you to land 2 moves, and then we are in the clear. Okay, Sleep Powder lands. Huge. Massive. Honestly, biggest Sleep Powder of my career right about now. Okay, so, now, we set up the Leech Seed. We take the Future Sight attack. That's fine, that'll do like 50. Okay, that's maybe a little bit more than 50, but you know what? We should still be okay. Because we have the Leech Seed, we have the leftovers, we're healing, we're getting double healing. I don't think I can get one-shot by this Gyarados, and I can put it right back to sleep when it wakes up, because I outspeed it. Okay, so, we are 119 health, we go for the Razor Leaf. How much does this hit for? Probably not that much. Okay, that's a crit. That was a crit. Hang on. No, we probably can't kill next turn. If I get another crit, I probably do, though. But now, Gyarados gets drained once again, and I go back to nearly full health. It probably wakes up this turn and maybe goes for Thrash, potentially? No, it's still asleep. And I think my rival does still have a couple. I think he does still have a couple of full restores available. So that could be a bit of an inconvenience. He'll probably wake up this turn and attack. Yep, okay, there we go. He heals this turn. He heals this turn, that gets rid of the sleep, but also, I can just get more hits in, and the full restore doesn't get rid of the Leech Seed, which is a critical juncture. However, I probably shouldn't do this right now, but I'm gonna let him hit me once and just see how much it does. Because I don't know what he's gonna go for. Dragon Rage, so it does 40, because Dragon Rage always does 40, that's how Dragon Rage works. So now we heal, what, 10 or 11 with the leftovers? That brings us up to 141, so that's 10. And the Leech Seed heals for 25, so I'm healing 35 per turn. I heal 35 per turn, and that's fine. So I heal 35 per turn, so I'm effectively taking 5 damage from Dragon Rage. 10 out of 10, basic maths, let's go. And now I'm going to be on... I'm going to be 10 short of full health here. So just to maximize my potential annoyance of my rival, I'm going to Sleep Powder him, put his Gyarados to sleep, let myself heal back to full, and now I think he goes to Charizard. Charizard is the final hurdle. If I can take out this Charizard, I win. And this is where the problem lies. Because the Rhydon, I can handle the Rhydon. The Charizard, that is where things get dangerous. Because I know it has Fire Blast. And there it is, there's the Charizard. I have to switch out right now. I'm going to switch Machamp in to tank the Fire Blast. Because I want a clean switch. He missed Fire Blast. Okay. We might be in a slightly different business now. Okay, can we tank a Fire Blast? Okay, we can live a Fire Blast, but we definitely can't tank one. However, we can get a Poison. That's huge. That is massive. Okay, so now he has 3 Fire Blasts left. I can switch out to Kuzenbo, who should be able to just eat this hit. He goes for Aerial Ace because it saw, well, probably super effective damage on a Machamp. And now it's down below half. We land the Surf. Surf takes this Charizard out. Okay, so we live and we Surf. The burn does not matter. Okay, that's huge. That's great. Charizard is down. Charizard's down. It's just the, what's it called? Rhydon left. Now, I want to switch out here. I'm going to switch out to Brute Root and hope for the best. I have an awful feeling I know what's going to happen here. Okay, never mind. Awful feeling averted. I wanted Brute Root to get the last hit in because it's my starter Pokemon. I had an awful, like, vision there of it switching out and just getting hit by Horn Drill. But hey, we land the Razor Leaf. It's quad effective stab. That should take out Rhydon. And we win. Fantastic. And with that, we are champion. No! That can't be! You beat me at my best! After all that work to become the league champ, my reign's over already? It's not fair! Why? Why did I lose? I never made any mistakes raising my Pokemon. Darn it, you're the new Pokemon League champion. Although I don't like to admit it. So you've won. Sincerely, congratulations. You're the new Pokemon League champion. You've grown up so much since you first left with Bulbasaur to work on the Pokedex. You've come of age. I'm disappointed in you. I came when I heard you'd beaten the Elite Four, but when I got here, you'd already lost. Do you understand why you lost? You've forgotten to treat your Pokemon with love and trust. Without them, you'll never be a champion again. You understand that your victory was not just your own doing. The bond you share with your Pokemon is marvelous. Come with me. Ahem. Congratulations! This floor is the Pokemon League Hall of Fame. Pokemon League champions are honoured for their exploits here. Their Pokemon are also recorded in the Hall of Fame. You've worked hard to become the new League champion. Congratulations, you and your Pokemon are Hall of Famers. And so, with 2 very noble sacrifices, we have become Pokemon League champion. So, a round of applause for the team. Talia the Sandslash, Pandora the Muk, RIP, Brute Root the Venusaur, Atlas the Machamp, Helios the Charizard, RIP, and Kuzenbo the Blastoise. Welcome to the Hall of Fame. Okay, so that's the main game done. But we still have a post-game to do. And I guess I'll just ramble on through the credits here. And Yeah, so you know how when I was fighting Agatha, I talked about how I thought Professor Oak was kind of terrible to your rival? That right there is kind of like the last thing that absolutely seals that for me. Like, he said he came when he heard that your rival had become Pokemon League champion. And then the first thing he says is he congratulates you, and then he's like, I'm disappointed in you, to his own grandson. Not a, oh, I'm so proud of you that you got this far. No. He just says, I'm disappointed in you, and then implies that your rival didn't care or love his Pokemon enough. Like, yeah, I hate Professor Oak in the games. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I hate Professor Oak in the games. Anime Professor Oak, I have no beef with him. Anime Professor Oak, he's funny, he's good, I'm okay with him. But in-game Professor Oak, no, I cannot stand the man. But with that, we are Pokemon League champion, and thanks game, thanks for reminding me that I had a Charizard that died a very noble death, but I'm upset about that, because genuinely, I think if we hadn't gotten critted, like if I hadn't been crit by that outrage and lost Charizard, I think I maybe could have done this deathless. Although at the same time, losing Charizard forced me to use Muck and set up. Actually, maybe losing Charizard was necessary. Because losing Charizard kind of forced me to set myself up with Muck, and that made it so I dodged a Psychic, because I was on +6. And I think, well, obviously we died to the Psychic in one hit with Muck, and Muck was maybe my best specially defensive Pokemon. Maybe Blastoise could have taken one, but if it took that and then, you know, took out the Alakazam, maybe it died to Charizard. So, as much as I hate to say it, I have 2 deaths in this Elite Four run, and I think ultimately they were both necessary. It does irritate me a lot that I've lost one of the 3 starter Pokemon now, but hey, I lost my Raichu right before I came in as well, so I guess that makes perfect sense. Honestly, if I still had my Raichu, I think that would have been a whole lot easier. Because honestly, Raichu, straight up my plan for this was Raichu just turns up, just Thunderbolts all of Lorelei's Pokemon, Flamethrowers for Jinx. Jinx doesn't really have to fight Bruno. Oh, then we go to Agatha, we just Psychic everything, Thunderbolt the Golbat. Then we get to Lance, Thunderbolt the Gyarados, Thunderbolt the Aerodactyl. Oh, and then we can deal with everything else from there. Then we get to my rival, Thunderbolt the Pidgeot, Thunderbolt the Gyarados, Flamethrower the Executor. Raichu was such a massive necessity on this team. And, well, there's Pikachu. But yeah, I'm glad that we made it through. I'm not doing, like, my end of the game kind of little review yet, because, quite simply, we're not done with the game yet. The game may be over, the credits may be rolling, we may be Pokemon League champion, but there is a post-game, and there's some Elite Four rematches that we need to be doing, so this series in Kanto isn't done quite just yet. So with that, we've officially become Kanto champion, but we still have a post-game to deal with, so yeah, we aren't quite done with Pokemon Fire Red just yet. We will be continuing this into the post-game, so we have the rest of the Sevi Islands to do, we have Legendaries to catch, and then we have Elite Four rematches to do. So, we aren't quite done just yet, and so this series will be continuing for a little while longer. I think, so I'm going to be totally honest, I'm a few weeks ahead on this series, because I ended up just playing most of it and just kind of kept going. Anyway, so I think this episode should be going up near the end of September, and, well, you know, we're pretty close to October, so if I haven't mentioned it by now already, I do intend on playing Resident Evil 3 Nemesis in October, and then I have other stuff I will also be doing in October that I haven't decided yet. Anyway, so, with that, we are now Pokemon League champion. If this is where you kind of hop off the series, more than understandable. Oh, we've become Pokemon League champion, the game is technically over. But with that, I'm going to end off today's episode here. Yeah, and we'll be continuing with more Pokemon Fire Red next time. As always, feel free to leave a comment or click any buttons down below if you feel so inclined, and I will hopefully see you all next time for more games. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.